Hi, this is Millan, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how you can sell high-ticket services, consulting, coaching, courses using funnels. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, and if you're watching it on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Tap the notifications bell so you never miss a thing. I'm uploading videos every week. And if you're watching this on Facebook or somewhere else, also make sure to like my page, follow me, and I look forward to continue to add value to you. Now, today's video we're going to be focusing on high-ticket services, particularly coaching, and how you can use funnels. I'm going to share with you a very simple funnel process that anyone can implement to help you close more high ticket. Now, first of all, what do we call high ticket? Anywhere, and this is kind of subjective, but it could be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 price point and higher. So from here and up, this is what we could consider high ticket. Now, like I said, this is kind of subjective. If you're selling in Latin America, I do sell a lot in Latin America, $1,000 could already be considered high ticket, but $2,000 is what is usually discussed in the US markets and European markets. Which means this price points, especially this one and higher, is what you would rather close not on a webinar, not necessarily on a launch, but using the phone. You will see a lot of webinars and launches where they're going to sell you up to a $1,097 product, which is also, again, pretty much the limit as to what you can sell through videos or webinars, so not on the phone. So this funnel that I'm going to share with you is going to be focused on anything higher than this. Now, what would be the simple funnel structure that I recommend and that I myself use? So let's start with the structure of the funnel. It's going to be mostly consisting of 2, even maybe 3 stages. First, you have the sales letter. This is where you want to give people details about your coaching or your mentoring service. If you go to my mentoring program, which is go.workwithcarolina.com, you will see exactly what I'm talking about here. But on mine, I have a very brief video at the top. There is a headline too, making a bold promise of what I can do for you. Being super confident. You need to be confident all along that you can help people with whatever it is that you know. Okay, so we are starting with the premise that you are confident and that you know your craft. This is not going to work if you are not capable of training people, of coaching people, if you're pretending that you know about something but you don't really know anything. All right, so we're going to assume you are good at what you know, you have trained yourself, you have possibly invested in high-ticket coaching yourself, so that qualifies you and puts you in a better position to sell it to other people. So you will have a sales letter, you can have a headline at the top, then I have a video, and this is just a quick story video. It's more like a branding video. I'm working on a more detailed video where I share with people what exactly my coaching will do for them. But in the meantime, I have a video that I made with my professional video team just to get people into my world and for them to get to know me. Then right under the video, there is a button for people to apply. And below the video, there are testimonials, right, from some of my previous customers. So this is kind of a long form sales letter. There are testimonials, and there's a little bit more about my story. There are photos. There's a lot of social proof. And the social proof that I like to add here is mostly testimonials from past customers, from my clients, but I also have social proof of me, photos of me attending seminars and hanging out with other mentors, with other experts, because ultimately that's also going to give you a very good amount of credibility. Then the second step of the funnel over here, this would be the application form. And what I do over here, when they click the button, right, if they click this button right here, if they say, yes, I want to apply, I like what I see, and there's also another button at the top, and there's another button in the middle. You want to have a few buttons along the sales letter. When they click that button, I have a little opt-in form. Now, not a lot of people do this. Most people will just have them click and then just go straight to the application form. Because yes, it can be a little redundant because on this application form, I'm gonna ask them again for their name and email. But the reason I have a little opt-in form over here that pops up when they click is because there are a lot of people who never get to fill out the application form, and I still wanna have their name and email go to my email list. So this is why. And if somebody is very committed to applying to your mentoring program, they're not gonna mind. They will fill out the form again and give you their email again. So for me, in a way, it acts as a filter, sort of. So this application form, this part is very important because the questions you need to ask here are the pre-qualifying questions, okay? To pre-qualify your potential customers. Some of the questions that I like to ask, and like I said, if you go to my coaching program, go.workwithcarolina.com. I'd love to work with you, by the way, but you can go there strictly for funnel hacking purposes. It's not the most perfect, it's not the best sales letter out there, but it's been working for me. I've been using that for years. We have been tweaking it over the years, of course, adding new social proof, modifying the form, etc. Okay? But you can see some of the questions that I ask in my form. First, I start with name, email, then phone number. Then I like asking people for their Instagram or any kind of social media that will give me an idea of who they are before the call. Whether I call them or somebody on my team will call them, at least we can research them a little bit, cyber stalk them a little bit, and to see what they're all about before we have the call. Then the really important questions are, why do you need mentoring? Why is now the time when you need to do mentoring? What has been your biggest challenge? How long have you been in this situation? Right? So whatever is being challenging for you, how long have you been stuck in that situation with that challenge in particular? I, of course, ask people, hey, what's your industry? Tell me about you. What do you do? And then I like asking people straight up, how much are they willing to invest? And I put 3 options. Below what my coaching program costs, right? So I have like a basic mentoring program that people can start with at $2,900. So if somebody has less, right? So if you have less than the $2,900, then for me, that means you wouldn't qualify for coaching if you are below that. Then if you have between $2,900 and my next threshold, right? My next program, which is $3,900, right? This is my basic programs, right? Between 4 and 6 coaching sessions. And then the next one is $6,900, $1,697. Right? So if somebody has higher than this, right, or here and up, then that's my 12-week program. If somebody wants to start with me and they choose the first one, they're gonna go, when they submit the form, now I use woofu.com to structure this, but if they pick the first one, they're gonna go to one thank you page. And then if they pick one of the other ones, they're gonna go to a different thank you page. So if they pick the first option, they're gonna go to a thank you page with a video of me where I kindly let them know that, hey, I'd love to work with you, but unfortunately right now you don't qualify. So instead of having my team spending time with people who don't qualify, we immediately give them other options, which is, hey, here's some of my courses, right? Here's a discount. Go ahead and grab one of my online courses, because I believe that will be a good place for you to start. And if people get one of these other 2, there's going to be a different video from me inviting them to schedule a call. There's going to be a video here from me, again, hey, congratulations, you filled out the form, and there's going to be a button, and that button is going to send them to a calendar. And that's going to be my team's calendar, so that they can talk to one of my salespeople. This is the very simple structure of this funnel that anyone can follow. Now, there are a few more things to take into consideration, okay? And it really will depend on how warm they are when they get here. Are they cold leads or are they warm leads? If you're sending cold traffic to this funnel, between this moment and the form and, the call, you should have some kind of follow-up sequence. Let's call it a value follow-up sequence. So what I mean is you want to warm them up. If they've never seen you, like they saw you one time, or they saw a Facebook ad, or they saw one YouTube video, and they apply for the call, because why not? but they don't really know enough about you, it's going to be very hard for you or the salesperson to close them once they schedule. Why? Because they haven't received enough value from you just yet. So this part is really important, and the reason I'm sharing this with you, it's because it has happened to me. Like, we have received some really good leads on paper, they fill out the form, we look at their answers, and we're like, okay, they have the money, they're in the right industry, this is my avatar. But when they get to the phone call, they're like, well, you know, before I invest $3,000+ with Carolina, I want to know if she can really help me. So show them that you can help them by giving them free content in advance of the call where they can get to know you. If it's cold traffic. If it's warm traffic that comes into this funnel, that means they already kind of know you, or they really know you, or they have been following you for a while. Maybe they came from your social media followers. Maybe they have been on your email list for some time. But over here, it's going to be, of course, a lot easier for your salesperson or yourself to close them, because they're ready, they know you can add value, and now the only question is the how. So what I would recommend here in this follow-up sequence here, I will recommend that you send them, that you prepare like a mini course, like maybe a 3-part video series. So before the call, to prepare themselves for the call, let them be exposed to more value from it. So that is one way to do it. Another way to do this, right? Another option for you to sell HighTicket using funnels. Let's get to a new page. That was the long-form sales letter, right? With just a quick video explaining what your program is all about, okay? But the funnel number 2 that you can use for this would be a webinar funnel. And this one is going to be just slightly more complex, not really that much more complex. It's still very simple. You're going to get people, of course, to the first step of the funnel, which is going to be a registration page for the webinar. They're going to put their name, email, phone, or whatever. They're going to sign up for your webinar. This could perfectly be an automated webinar. Again, a headline here with your promise, your video here, invite them to the webinar. And like I said, it could be live or it could be automated, pre-recorded. So if it's pre-recorded, you're going to send them straight to the webinar page. So this is the opt-in page or registration. And then here they're going to go straight to the webinar. It's going to be a video of you or a slideshow presentation. And you're going to teach them something. So the warming up occurs here if they don't know you. If they already know you, then even better, they're going to keep getting value from you. But if they were cold leads who didn't know you, they saw an ad, they saw one video, they opted in, they're watching the webinar. During this webinar, which could be anywhere from 45 to 90 minutes long, it could be even longer. It really depends on the industry, it depends on what you're teaching, on a lot of stuff. But from 45 minutes and up, that would be great. During those 45 minutes, teach them some really cool stuff. Teach them some valuable stuff. So that when they watch you here, and then there's going to be a button here, and they apply, they're going to be happy, like, wow, I learned so much. This is the right person I want to work with. You're going to pitch them your coaching program. You're going to tell them it's by application only. You're going to click this button, and then they're going to go to the next step of the funnel, which is going to be the application. Okay? And it could be the same application form as the other funnel. Exactly the same form, same questions, same everything. And then that application form again is going to take them to 2 different thank you pages depending on their answers. Whether they say, okay, they qualify, or if they don't qualify. Also, when they opt in over here, it should trigger a follow-up sequence too. And this follow-up sequence should, again, be value-based. Prepare them for, for the webinar, get them excited about the webinar, maybe send them a couple more videos about you, if it's a live webinar, right? If it's a pre-recorded webinar, yeah, you can still send them a confirmation email. You can still send them, hey, go ahead and watch the webinar now. If it's evergreen, where you pretend like it seems like it's live, you're going to want to have this follow-up sequence providing value for as much time as possible between the registration date and the actual webinar. If it's live, same thing. Yes, there's going to be a follow-up value sequence. Now, how is this a little more complex? Because, well, this webinar over here, you need to prepare it well. You need to have great content, not good, great content people will love, that will help them, that will push them to apply and get them, again, on, and this is supposed to be a phone, get them on the phone. That's a very old-fashioned phone. That's it. That's simple. Yes, there could be more funnels, more ways, but this is what I recommend, this is what I've used, and this works. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You know, when I say it could be like a pre-recorded webinar, don't bother necessarily with the evergreen stuff, with the weird software and everything. You don't really need that stuff, especially if you're getting started. Just one simple funnel, send people to a webinar, get as many people on the phone as possible, and boom. If you would like my help to implement what I just showed you today, you can go to go.workwithcarolina.com and of course apply for my one-on-one mentoring program, where I'm going to help you structure your webinar. I'm going to help you structure the entire funnel. I'm going to help you structure your application form. Everything according to your ideal market, to your ideal client. I'm going to help you get clarity on who your ideal client should be. And I'm going to help you, of course, if you want to do a webinar, if you want to do this other one, right? This other type of funnel with just the sales letter, the nice video, the application form. I'm going to tell you what to say in these videos, everything I will help you, guide you so that you can get a winning high-ticket funnel. I'm also going to coach you on what to say on the phone if it's going to be you closing the sales, or if it's going to be someone else on your team, they need some training. I'll be happy to provide that kind of training as well. So go ahead, my friend, go to go.workwithcarolina.com, fill out the form. My team will be in touch with you if you qualify. And I'm very excited to help you launch your next high-ticket funnel. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, if you watched it on YouTube, then go ahead and leave a comment below. If you watched this somewhere else, I appreciate you. I'm super grateful that you're here. If there's a button here below for the application form, you know, like I just showed you over here, right, on this funnel, there might be a button for you to apply directly to my coaching program. Then go ahead and fill out the form right now. I have very, very limited spots that I can take every month. I'm the coach. I still do all of my delivery when it comes to coaching. I like working with few clients, enjoy it, help people for real, and I hope that you are my next success story. I appreciate you. Thank you for spending time with me today. Looking forward to working with you, and I'll see you soon.